Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the World Class Championship Wrestling Review Series, March the 26th, 1988. I'm going all over the place. It's because I'm running in multiple directions today. But anyway, we are nearing the close of World Class on the network. There's about 6 more months left. And then we're good to go. The Real Thing versus Wild Bill Irwin. We've seen this match once before, I believe. Vince Apollo on the outside of the ring. The Thing tries to be aggressive, assertive, and all that stuff. Irwin runs into the foot of the Thing. That doesn't do him much good. And the Thing, with a lot of brawling tactics, dominating Irwin, which is surprising with Irwin being a former Texas champion. Of course, that's what 5, 6 years ago now that Irwin was such a big deal. Irwin manages to get a big kick on the Thing. Thing heads to the outside, runs away in a hurry, and this is certainly an awkward position for Bill Irwin to be in. Obviously, his star and stock has fallen. Then we kind of see the crunch time of things here. Irwin on his knees, trying to fight back up from underneath. Irwin manages to withstand a good bit of punishment. The Thing pretty dominant during these early stages. Thing causing Irwin to carry his weight. Irwin manages to get back to his feet for a minute or two, but it doesn't go very well. Irwin does come back with a big jump kick, pump kick type maneuver. 1, 2, and the run in from Apollo causes disqualification victory for Bill Irwin. Then we move to Jason Sterling and Steve Casey. Remember Steve Casey returning against Tatum and Victory here. Looks like another arena because the arena is a little darker. Obviously, Steve Casey is not a typical person in the area, and Hollywood John Tatum, Jack Victory, they're strutting around in robes, as one can imagine. Jason Sterling not quite ready for this level of match, but he's put in it anyway. And it's clear that the world-class brand is struggling at the very least on its dying legs. Could be another way to look at it, because this match would not have gone even a year before, but it does here. And we move kind of into Casey getting a bit of an advantage. He's in there with John Tatum. Tatum looks like he's put on some either water weight or illicit drugs. I don't know what he's using, but he's doing something, because he looks like he's put on some muscle mass really quickly, even week over week. Casey manages to be a little more dominant. Hard clothesline by Tatum on Sterling. Victory back in, and Sterling obviously the weak link of the team, and it shows here. Attempted vertical suplex, and again Sterling manages to get a vertical suplex reversal of his own. Steve Casey back in the ring, meant to clear house, and does for a little while. Drop kick to Tatum, drop kick to Victory. Obviously Steve Casey's opponent is worn out because he's taken a good bit of punishment as a rookie. Big back body drop out of the corner, and the bump and feet on Jack Victory is very well done. Irish whip there, and goes for the monkey flip, but a blind tag, or a tag that is not terribly seen. Looks like a blind tag anyway, but the referee does make Casey aware that it is Tatum who is coming in, launching himself from the top rope with a clothesline. That is the legal man, thus able to gain the victory after the top rope clothesline. Roberts and Iceman Parsons comment on Michael Hayes, basically saying Hayes is softened. Meaning the Freebirds knockoffs, knew that the Von Erichs were going to interfere in the concert. Say that they were there to be helpful, and Michael misunderstood everything, etc., and so forth. Then we moved to the main event because we closed the program with a music video, the same music video from several years ago with Kerry Von Erich. Kerry Von Erich, now you're world champion. But anyway, the semi-main event or the main event and the most important thing on this particular card is the Michael Hayes versus former champion Al Perez. Proof to me that Michael Hayes is a guy who should be taken seriously. They put him in there with Perez after Perez just drops the title. Perez stalls for time and then manages to get about 2 minutes out of just stalling. Michael doing a lot of walking and talking too. If you want to learn about psychology, if you want to learn how to keep a crowd and do very little, 3-4 minutes of that. This is a good match to watch. Michael Hayes strutting around after just barely hitting a leg drop, and then he even does a moonwalk at a point. Perez goes to work on the arm of Hayes for a couple of good minutes here. Hayes comes up and hits some reversals, works on the arm himself. Both guys are trying to isolate a body part, not working terribly hard, but still working. Then Perez manages to be kind of goofy. After spending all the time working on the arm, goes to work on the leg instead, spinning toe hold, and the like. And Michael Hayes is doing what Michael Hayes does best, especially as a babyface, and that is selling his tail off. Michael Hayes as a babyface, I think, is terribly underrated, and I am a huge supporter in the idea of continuing Michael Hayes' situation of push wherever and whenever we can. Certainly worth doing. In any event, Hayes is pulled back to his feet. Doesn't exactly go very well there. Push point, and Perez actually goes for a crossbody, knocks himself out on the top rope or strand of rope, more accurately. Irish whip by Hayes, and a big backdrop out of the corner. Of course, there's no belt on the line here because there isn't a belt to be on the line. Kerry Von Erich won that last week. Big surprise in his daddy's territory. Clothesline in the corner by Michael Hayes. Hayes not willing to surrender yet, though. Tries to pull Perez out for the Bulldog, but Gary Hart comes in, nails Michael Hayes, and a disqualification victory for Hayes. They spend the next several minutes kind of continuing the brawl, and then we see that music video of Kerry Von Erich covering the Von Erich history of the family and specifically Kerry's World Championship win over Ric Flair several years ago, and other notable moments, including Kerry riding a horse, among other leisure activities. In any event, that will close out the month of March in 1988 for World Class. We will be back with the Impact review, the AEW Dark review, and the UWN review, all hopefully before the night is through, and if we're lucky, depending on my work schedule, some more World Class. Doing everything I can to get World Class completed for you by the weekend, and then we're going to move on to something even greater. But until then, keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Until next time, everybody.